Hello guys, thanks for joining me on my latest adventure. I am in Bahrain. I'm actually here on a group press trip with a bunch of different bloggers and journalists, which is really cool, and a few of us are from different locations around the world. I've never fully explored Bahrain, and of course you've probably never seen me post about it. I certainly have never made a YouTube video about it, but I've actually been here now 5 times. This is my 5th visit. I've only ever flown in though for a party or an event or something like that. So I've flown in, gone to the party, and then flown back. It is a really cool country. So it's in the Middle East. It is basically next door to Saudi. There's actually a bridge that attaches Saudi to Bahrain. It has incredible hotels. It has amazing restaurants. There's a huge expat community, and it's just a really welcoming, friendly country. We got a direct flight from the UK. There's actually about 3 or 4 flights a day. It's surprisingly popular to fly here, but it was direct. It was 6 hours. We flew with Gulf Air, and then we arrived at the Four Seasons, which is the most beautiful hotel, I think, that you can stay at. It's very princess worthy. This was my room. I arrived late at night, so it's very dark inside. The view is exceptional. You'll see it in the morning. They left a personalised note on the bed, which I'm going to read at the very end of the vlog because genuinely it touched my heart so much. But this is a room tour. There was balloons, mirrors everywhere. The bathroom was absolutely incredible. And after the most beautiful dinner on the beach, I made full use of that huge bathtub before going to bed. So this morning I'm wandering around the hotel a little bit. I've checked out the pool, which is stunning. It has gorgeous views, and the Four Seasons here has the biggest spa of all the Four Seasons in the world. So that is my next stop, and then after that we're going to go for some lunch, and then we've got a sunset spot and then dinner, and just, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a fast-paced vlog, and I'm really excited to share it with you. The pool at the Four Seasons is absolutely stunning. So you've got this beautiful shaped pool with the sunbeds all laid out beautifully next to it. Then you have this incredible view of the cityscape, and then the beach is right beneath it. It's an infinity pool over the beach. Then you've got a secondary pool, which is an adults only pool, which is a little bit more city sunken in, and there's a hot tub there. This is the beach, which is absolutely insane. White sands, there's barely anyone there. It is October at this point, so it's very, very warm. So I didn't spend too much time outside. I headed into the spa. The spa, as predicted, was absolutely gorgeous, but I couldn't really film too much in there for obvious reasons. It's separated into a male and a female part, so you've got the gym, you've got all sorts of different rooms, hot tubs, infrared saunas, steam rooms, and then you've got this huge pool, which when they open up the shutters is so beautiful. It's flooded with natural light. On a spare at the moment, we decided to go on a little boat trip. So basically it's kind of like a water taxi, but they offer these boat trips that will just take you around the marina. You get to see the hotel from the water and the cityscape, which is just honestly beautiful. This was like £6 and they run every 15 minutes, so I highly recommend it. Then it was time to go and watch the sunset, and we found the most perfect spot to watch the sunset, the old fort. We have got the best view for sunset because look, we've got the water, the Bahrain skyline, and then the sun is going to set right behind the city. Stunning, and also just incredible views all round, especially with these cute little traditional boats in the background. It's going to be a good sunset. No, but this really is the most incredible place to watch sunset. I highly recommend it if you want to get some fire pictures, if you want to just see this lovely juxtaposition of the traditional boats against the cityscape. You have to go there. The next morning, we did something that I love doing in a country where I've not really explored too much, and that is go on a street food tour. Now, as a vegetarian, I didn't expect to eat too well, but boy, was I well fed. First thing we had, now bear in mind this was a breakfast tour, was chickpeas with lime juice on the top. Guys, it was so simple yet effective. Delicious, and we sat chatting to some locals. Then we moved on to the next restaurant. So this is a saffron drink with basil seeds.
And also rose water and something very special to our region, which is palm water.
Bahraini pizza. Oh my gosh, that looks and smells insane. We tried so many dishes, I genuinely lost count, but my favourite thing was the pani puri. So Bahrain has a lot of influence from India. There's a lot of people from India that work in the country, and therefore you've got some culinary influences as well. So they not only have their local foods, they also have food from around the world, and pani puri is a street food dish from India, which is now, I'd say, one of my favourite dishes. The trip was with a company called Pink Alien, and I highly recommend them. Definitely go on a breakfast food tour as well, because it was just so unique and different to be trying breakfast foods. I think very often when you go on a street food tour, you think about going in the evening, but top tip, go for a breakfast. Obviously, there's one thing about coming to Bahrain and going to all of the fancy restaurants and staying at the gorgeous hotels, but Bahrain has some of the best pearls in the world. They, of course, will say the best pearls in the world, and we've come to one of their UNESCO heritage sites, all based around the pearl trade, essentially. So this was a site where they would bring the pearls. It is crazy to hear the story of pearl diving, though. They had no equipment, they had no water, they were out on old dhow boats, so they had nowhere to go to the bathroom, you know, for 3 months at a time. It was a really tough, difficult trade. Then oil came, and so most people moved into the oil industry. This was where they used to bring the pearls after the big fish, essentially. So where they used to go and get the pearls, they'd bring them here because it's really nice and close to the souk. It has now been built into a site. So this is, of course, the actual old ruins, and then you've got a huge structure above it which is protecting it. But it's really interesting to see. It's just mad to think that now we think of these kind of countries as really rich, wealthy countries. And back in the day, pearl farming was such a huge thing, and it was so difficult for them to do that. Like, imagine to support your families being away at sea with nothing. And they used to dive down and hold their breath for like 3 minutes. They didn't have an oxygen tank. Like, it is wild to think. And yeah, still some of the best pearls in the world. And if you buy pearls in Bahrain, you get this special certificate. They don't sell any cultivated pearls here. They only sell like the actual real ones that they've been down and dived themselves. I won't be buying any though, because they're like £3,000 a pearl or something crazy like that, but really interesting. We visited the museum afterwards to see some of the beautiful pearls that have been farmed over the years. There were some pieces in the museum from Cartier. It's a really well laid out museum, and you can learn a lot about the pearling industry. I would highly recommend this if you are going on a trip to Bahrain, to head to the museum. It's a great respite from the heat as well. And I mean, who doesn't love looking at stunning jewellery? So we had lunch at the fish market, which was super nice, and now we've checked in to the Ritz. So I'll give you a little room tour. It is so cool staying at both the Four Seasons and the Ritz in one trip, by the way. Like, what is this life, please? When you enter the room, you go straight into the bathroom, which is here. Shower, fabulous. Then we've got a nice full-length mirror. We know and love a full-length mirror. Pet peeve of mine is when there's no full-length mirror in a hotel room. And then this bathroom's pretty cool, so it's kind of like see-through out to the room itself. Nice big double bed, huge TV, little couch area. This is my view, part hotel, part ocean, part pool. How cute is this? They've made an edible Instagram. That's honestly the coolest thing. And then I've got a little oyster. This is all edible, by the way. Bar of chocolate. Isn't that the sweetest? We are literally being so well and truly spoiled on this trip. I love it. After a room switch, we headed to the Souk in the evening before going for dinner at Roca. The Souk is definitely a spot that you have to check out, even if you just want to get a cute little trinket. There are cafes, there is a lot of jewelry shops. It's just a really fun place to wander around, and it kind of reminds you that you're in the Middle East, because it's very easy to get confused about that. Because, for instance, immediately after the Souk, we went to Roca. And I feel like that perfectly explains what kind of a country Bahrain is. You've got that perfect mix of the classic culture with the international flair of world-renowned restaurants. Good morning. So last night we went to Roca, which was a vibe. It was a real vibe. I've been to a bunch of Rocas in my lifetime. Really cool, sort of Pan-Asian, upscale dining, for those of you that have not been to a Roca. So we're talking sashimi, sushi, great drinks, great vibe. We had a DJ literally playing right in front of us. It was really cool. We were up dancing. Last night was really cool to be at one of the more modern, cosmopolitan city style restaurants, and it's really nice that we've been mixing it up, especially because we've been going to UNESCO World Heritage sites during the day and then going out to these like fancy schmancy cool restaurants in the evening, and I feel like that's showing Bahrain off so perfectly. So the Ritz Carlton is home to some pink feathered friends. They have flamingos here, which is so cute. Apparently they migrate through Bahrain, but there's a little pool here at the Ritz Carlton where they frequent, so we're going to go and say hello to the flamingos whilst we've got a little bit of time on our hands before dinner. Oh my goodness, guys, this beach! Look at this. This is so beautiful because you've got the palms and the white sand on one side, and then on the other side you've got the cityscape. This is so gorgeous, this whole beach that you see here. So all the way down here, all the way down around there, that's all part of the Ritz. How special, and look how clear and blue the water is. Good morning. We are heading inside the Grand Mosque today. This is the biggest mosque in Bahrain. We're going to go in, get dressed up in an abaya because they do provide them. Of course, you do have to dress respectfully, cover your shoulders, cover your knees just to go into the mosque itself. And then you get an abaya and a head cover provided by the team. So we're here with Traverse, and Traverse know how to throw a party. So we're going to go to the Solomar Beach Club. It's kind of like a day club and then it turns into a nighttime party. This looks really cool, and this is our last night all together. So I imagine you're going to see a lot of like boozy screaming, yay, we're having so much fun type videos in a couple of hours' time, and I'm here for it. This is my favourite part of these group trips. The spicy passion fruit margaritas are a win. First of all, they have a little brush where they wipe off the sand on your sunbed, which is a first for me, and that's so freaking cute. And somebody just came around and gave all the ladies a rose. Thumbs up. Her drink. As suspected, last night was super fun, but feeling very ropey this morning. Already at the airport. Look, I just got from the airport to have snacks on the plane. So these are like sour punch bites, but every now and again, I can't even speak. Last night was that good. But anyways, every other one is like a pickle bite. And then I got some of these to remind me of Thailand because they're like watermelon sweet, but they've got tahini on them. So anyways, at the airport now. Last night was so much fun, and that's where I'm going to sign out. It's very noisy, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next adventure. Dear Sabrina, welcome to Four Seasons Hotel, Bahrain Bay. We're delighted to have you, and we hope the beautiful sea views here bring you the joy and peace that you cherish. We admire your passion for fostering ethical interactions with wildlife and hope your stay is filled with natural wonders. That is literally the sweetest note